Hello, I'm Tanner Harvey, and I was supposed to be in class 20 minutes ago.
And I'm Maddie Harris, and welcome to this week's Halloween edition of Panther News. Said it right!
Halloween edition!
And we invite special guest star Chase Burton to announce what's coming next.
Our first segment is about the history of Halloween.
Now, you all know Halloween, right? Dress up in a weird costume, you go around to people you don't know, and you beg them for candy. It's kind of weird when you think about it. And I'm here to assure you that, yes, it's always been that way. It's not your fault. Don't worry. Because, you know, even back in the day when it started, oh, by the way, it's an Irish thing. So if any of you out there have got some heritage, it's your fault, and you can take pride in that. But yes, the ancient Irish Celts, they sort of started this celebration with something that we in America would pronounce as Samhain. Now, that's not the pronunciation of it, because Celtics do it different, but honestly, I don't want to bother. I'm far too tired today, and you won't care. So, Samhain essentially was a harvest festival, because back in the old world, when farming wasn't a big business where thousands of animals were slaughtered in a day, people's entire lives depended on how well the crops were doing and when the season was and when the season wasn't. So our new year, of course, comes around just after Christmas, or that's how most of us remember it anyway. But the Celtic New Year started right in November, because by the time that their October ended, they'd already harvested all their stuff and whatnot. So there wasn't much reason for them to continue on with the calendar. And so what this harvest festival was essentially either thanking their gods for a good harvest or asking them why it failed. You know, when little Jimmy dies of some horrible disease you don't know the name for yet, you can only really look to the sky and shake your fist. So during this harvest festival, they would try to ward off the evil spirits by putting out pumpkins on their doorstep, and probably at least some of you know this. But really where it interests me is the whole costume thing. See, in modern days, you see costumes like the Fortnite default skin, or just a dude with a black morph suit and a pumpkin on his head. And, you know, that's spooky, whatever, you know. But by Celtic standards, it's super lame. And honestly, when you look back into it, you can definitely see why Christians from across the pond were absolutely mortified when people did. Because one of the traditional favorites of Irish clothing during the Samhain festival was something a little bit like this. Now, you've probably seen depictions, paintings, pictures, what have you, of cultists wearing animal skins and animal heads and animal bones. And a lot of that's fake, especially when they're trying to reference it to Satanism, because Satanists don't usually do that unless they're weird. But the Celts really did, like 100% legit. They got that part right. In fact, you can find many paintings that were supposed to be period perfect that were actually skulls a lot like this. This is a cow skull, for those of you that don't know your bones. And yeah, people would hollow these out, wear them on their head, put them on their shoulders, put them on their kids even.
Come to the Halloween dance, November 2nd, 6 to 8. Get your spooky on.
This is scary.
You said that this is a
Yeah.
No, I mean, this is like really scary. We don't want people to be here. Yeah.
Whose idea was it to come?
It wasn't mine.
This place is awesome, but it's so creepy. Don't look at me. I'm scared.
Wait, what was that noise? Did anyone hear that?
What noise? It's okay. We'll just keep going.
Did you not hear that?
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
Everything's fine.
I didn't hear anything.
Let's keep going.
I don't think that we should check.
It's fine. We do when we get split up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's just split up.
I think I need to come see this.
What? Really?
Wait, dead body.
Wait, really?
Well, let me see.
It was just a dead
There's nothing there, you Jolly Rancher. It's just an old dusty gym bag.
You noodle, there's nothing
from
there.
A long time ago.
There was a dead body exactly right here. I cannot. It was.
There's nothing here.
Someone had red hair. It white shirt.
Fantasies you're having.
Where did Jasmine go? Where did
Probably went to take a
she was
peek.
right here, you know,
She probably went outside. She probably got too scared.
she went outside, I didn't hear the door though.
Nobody's here.
I heard a gasp.
Gas.
A gasp.
It probably was just some breeze or something. There's a lot of things.
I think that we should check it out because that's her friend.
Fine, whatever. Let's just go real quick and get it up. I'm leaving. Here, just sit down and we'll go get help. We will be right back, I promise, okay? You will be alright. We're gonna go get help right now. Alright. Come on, let's go. There's a killer and we don't know what happened. Oh my god!
Oh my goodness, there's a dead body.
Oh my god, she ate Cheetos! Oh my gosh, is that another dead body?
He's alive. Who injured you, sir?
I was stabbed by a killer.
Who's the killer?
I don't know, she has red hair and a knife.
We just saw a dead body with red hair and a knife. Could that be the killer?
That's my friend.
Oh, so it's another person with red hair and a knife? So she has two knives?
No, she doesn't.
Oh my goodness, another murder. That's a shame. Who's the killer? Is it you? You're in big trouble, Miss Lady.
Oh dang. That's tough.
You're probably gonna get suspended for this.
Suspended?
Yeah.
Oh.
Big time trouble.
Alright.
Okay. I got lunch duty, so I'm gonna go.
Alright.
Alright.
Hello everyone, this is the question of the day. Hey Napkins, who are you dressing up for Halloween?
I'm gonna dress up as Jordan Cunningham.
Back to you, Gabby.
So, Carly James, what are you dressing up for Halloween?
Probably your mom.
My mom?
Say back to you, Gabby.
Back to you, Gabby.
Hunter King, who are you dressing up as for Halloween?
I can't get it.
Back to you, Gabby. Will Roberts, who are you dressing up for Halloween?
Y'all know a guy named Will Roberts?
Yeah, the dude who pulls all the girls.
Yeah.
That's who you're dressing up for? That's dope, man. Back to you, Gabby. Carly James, who are you dressing up for Halloween? Your mom. Back to you, Gabby. My Chip, what are you dressing up for at Halloween?
The Incredibles.
That is it for your question of the day. Have an awesome week.
Go.
I'm Tanner Harvey,
I'm Maddie Harris.
signing out of this week's special edition of the Panther News.
Go! No, go.
Hello. Hello, I'm Tanner Harvey.
And I'm Maddie Harris. And
I thought you were saying an addition
I was going!
to our special edition of Halloween Panther News.
What?
No, we're not.